Hi, welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas, and we are the real poker girls of Las Vegas. So I'm Tatiana Fox. We have the amazing Lupe Soto and equally amazing Rebbecca Scales. So Lupe, why don't you start and tell us about yourself for those that don't know, because everybody in Vegas knows Lupe.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think the reason that we're even here today is because we want to talk about the fabulous women in poker. And over the years, I have been a student of who those fabulous women are. I started in poker in the mid-90s. I was the girl who sat behind the boy and watched him play until I learned what he was doing and started critiquing him. And he basically told me to go get my own table and start playing on my own. And so I did, and I fell in love with poker. And what's interesting is even after all these years, he's not in poker anymore, and I am. I was very fortunate in that I lived in San Diego. San Diego was the home of the California State Ladies Poker Championship. And it was put on by Billy Brown, and she was a tournament director and kind of a manager, and did the most amazing job for women in poker. And it was a state championship. You had to have multiple events. It was limit hold'em back then, stud in Omaha. And you competed over several days. And the winner in a point ranking got to get titled as the California State Ladies Poker Champion. All right. I'll shut this off.
See, she's a busy lady.
The first fabu of the whole thing. Anyway, so because of that experience, I wanted that experience for what I experienced to be something that could be duplicated. And so I was able to take it on the road a little bit, because nobody puts the kind of money into that kind of an event like Ocean's 11 did. But I got to be embraced by several properties to be able to open the Ladies International Poker Series. We had already had a Poker Chicks, which was the first online poker forum. And back in the day, in the 90s, poker forums were big. You know, there was thousands of people. And for us to have a forum that had 5,000 women, it was ginormous, you know, back then. And of course, now it is, you know, roll the clock forward. And here we are. Lips is going to be celebrating 20 years next year. So that's kind of what he's been doing. And
it's amazing.
Of course, learning all those fabulous women you keep talking about. We did install the... in 2008, we started the Women in Poker Hall of Fame, which is a hall of fantastic women who have paved the way throughout poker. And that's kind of my story.
Rebbecca?
So I've been in poker since around 2016. My story to entry is a little bit different. I worked for the World Series of Poker. Well, I technically worked for Caesars, and I did their marketing and branding. And one of the brands I was given was World Series of Poker. And quickly I recognized that they weren't really marketing to women. And I was trying to figure out why. So then I went and found this lady who grabbed right onto me and put me on the board for Women's Poker Association. I've been on that board basically almost since it started, a little bit after it started. Mm-hmm. And now I'm on the international board of Women's Poker Association. I just moved over probably 2 months ago. I also work for WPT as a global tour manager. I contract with them. And who else do I work for?
Poker Power.
And I work for Poker Power. Yes, I teach for Poker Power, which I have to say is probably my most rewarding job. I absolutely love it. I get to teach women all over the world how the basics of playing poker, and their mission is to get 1 million women to play. And I do have to say that they are really doing an amazing job in doing that. They actually are able to do something that I don't see the rest of the industry being able to do, where they're able to reach outside of it and get new players to the table, and especially women, and they go for the top women. So that's really exciting. I also own Poker Queen Studios, and I have some great high-end clients. So that's me.
Oh, well, I guess it's on me. So I got into poker. I've been coming and staying in and out of Las Vegas for 22 years. My brother has lived here for 22 years. So I have a big love for this city. It's been amazing to me. Vegas has been really good to me, I have to say. I mean, I met these fabulous ladies online, and I got dragged into the Women's Poker Association, which I love because I've made so many female poker girlfriends that understand Like it's a little bit different as a girl in poker. You know, we have kids, we have families, travel, money, everything's an issue. Like we just can't roll up and play at our leisure. It's like a coordinated big effort to get to a table or even a tournament, and especially a whole summer at the WSOP. So yes, I'm very blessed to have an amazing support system with you guys here in Vegas. So I love you
but
guys.
you didn't mention the big deal, like you're from Australia.
Right. I mean, you missed it by the accent.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm from Australia and I got into poker here in 2016. I mean, I always played with my dad, but it wasn't legit serious. No casino, never played Hold'em like with the flop. It was like a draw game. I think it was triple draw I learnt as a child. So I met a boy, I moved to Vegas, and the one good thing that came out of that was that he taught me how to play poker. And here I am today with some amazing friends. My background, I am a journalist. I've produced TV shows. An American show that the poker boys would know would be Pink's All Out, which was the #1 car drag racing show on the Speed Network. So I was a producer on there for a few years living out of LA. My latest media thing I did was I wrote a horse book with, here it is. It's on Amazon. That is your copy.
Yay, I'm excited.
So I wrote a horse book with Robert Mizraki through COVID and Michael and Chris Wallace. And I couldn't have done it without Chris. So shout out to the 3 boys. And, you know, it's just the beginners in horse. I'm really passionate about mixed games. I love mixed games. So
I
we
love
all
mixed
do.
games too. Lupe ruined me for Hold'em. I can't play Hold'em very much
I know,
anymore.
I
I
know.
get bored.
We all love our mixed games.
But only because I believe when you are a very good mixed game player, you are even better in Hold'em. So
That's true. Yeah, it's just,
changes your mindset.
it is. It's like a lot going on. It's like you got choices. You got 4 cards. So, you know, instead of 2 boys, you got 4 boys.
All right.
We like our choices. So that's me. And now, Lupe, tell me, how do you think the World Series is going? What stood out for you this summer? We're nearly at the end of the summer WSOP World Series of Poker. Like we got 2 weeks left, I think.
Well, I think the World Series itself, as well as Las Vegas as a whole, there is not one poker room in this town that isn't slam dunked with people playing. The series that everybody is having has been phenomenal. The cash games have been phenomenal. So if you are a poker player at any level, you pretty much can find something here in town to play.
It's true.
The record numbers, I feel like we've kind of gone backwards in that we are now in a new poker boom.
I agree.
It wasn't like this for a lot of years, especially after we stopped with the UIGA and all that stuff and online poker going away the way that it did. It changed how many people could qualify to come. And so I think that in this past, it's been 10 years now since that happened. Mm-hmm. So you figure somehow or another, people have learned how to qualify to get here if they don't live accessibly here to Las Vegas. I mean, there are more people from more countries than I've ever seen in years. And then, of course, after COVID, when we didn't have any poker at all, this is just extremely exciting to me to see where we're going. Yeah. And as far as women, we have more women playing and being successful in their cashing and they're being featured. And, you know, even the poker media is saying, ooh, let's follow this person, you know. And women themselves have been supporting one another by reporting the successes of our friends. And I think that that's changing the game entirely.
Yeah, there's some really big lady killers out there. I mean, even that girl from Japan, she was heads up at the bracelet. Mm-hmm. There's like so many internationals.
Holy crap.
Well, I've been seeing this traveling all over the world. All of them have been exceptional numbers. Like we're in a poker boom. I think you're 100% correct.
Yeah, I just love it. The other thing is when you mention it, that was a very diverse final table for the ladies WSOP. Yeah. And that was record numbers. We haven't had that many entries before. And it was exciting for me because usually I will have a lot of people that I really know. And the reason I call them really know is that they followed, my tour for years, and they'll get really close to the final table, but they don't quite make it, or it might be one person and they don't go all the way.
Yeah.
This year, we've had several people who at the final table who have been around the block for a very long time and or have been at least in behind the scenes and now seeing some success. And our winner, Tammy Abraham, I don't have anything but fantastic things to say about her. She's been in poker, following the Lips Tour for years and years from the beginning, like back in the day. She was from Southern California, so. Yeah. And the other thing about her is that she's one of the original poker chicks, from the online group. And we're talking, she's been around and a student of the game. She's always studying. She's picking up coaching. She's doing this and that. And it really showed, the choices she was making right decisions. And of course, got to be a little lucky in this game to get anywhere. But oh my gosh, I was just so proud of her. And it was fun to have one of our own make it all the way and take that hardware.
I know I haven't met Tammy, but I watched the final table and heads up, it was really cool. And, just to see the sportsmanship amongst the girls is always nice.
Mm-hmm.
When I met her, I think at the WPA conference for the very first time. And she's always been nothing but lovely the whole time I played with her. And I love that she plays like the Lips tournaments. It's not, someone that's playing the humongous, you know. And so I was so happy to see her there. I was also really happy to see Suzanne there.
Yeah,
she
Suzanne
is the best.
Wow.
She's the best.
She is so genuine and very passionate about the game and helping women. And, she's a WPA advocate. And, I know
she also teaches at Poker Power with us
She teaches with Poker Power. Yeah. So she's really sunk both feet into this whole game of poker. And, I just adore her too. And she does very, very well coming in fourth. Right. That's fantastic. Amazing. I mean, anybody can get through that field. And I can't remember what the number is, but it's like 1,200 something.
It was record breaking.
It was. Yeah. It was. And, the one thing I have to say is that I found because there was some people there that they had a big support system in the background, that there was a lot of chatter in the media, and there was a lot of chatter in our blogs, and or even our Facebook posts and our Twitters and everything. It was a lot of camaraderie, and there was a whole lot of cheering going on. And that's new. I mean, if there was an unknown person, that they're going to have their own circle of support, but this was kind of some people who had bigger circles behind them. Yeah. And, that it really showed. It really, really did show.
I mean, it's always fun to rail your friends anyway. It's so exciting. And the big thing, like when you see it, the whole set out there at WSOP, it's really impressive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all the girls went crazy.
Can I also mention JJ Liu? I mean, if you don't know JJ Liu,
she's so cute.
Is a Mack truck. She was given that title years ago, and let me just say, she really is, because I don't know how many she played, but she cashed 11 events in this WSOP and other events that were around town, and it's if she goes in there and she's at your table, you just better watch out, because she will take your chips.
Tat played with JJ Liu
in
the tag team, and I was like, "That's JJ, and she's hard."
She's hard. I'm right. So I had position. So she was acted before me, but I was scared, and I was watching her, and I tried to bluff the ladies, and she leant over and she said, "You can't bluff ladies. Don't do that."
And if she's not winning, I have to say that her wardrobe and her hats.
Oh, her hats.
I mean, hands down the best.
Yeah.
She's just lovely too. She's just lovely.
Right. She's great to play with.
Yeah, and, scary.
When I first met JJ, she didn't speak very good English. And over the years, she's just gotten really good, and she's not fearful of talking to anybody. I mean, she
love
has her
such a personality.
Yeah.
She's loved.
She's made a statement in poker.
She has.
She's also in the Women in Poker Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Yeah. And deservedly so. Yeah.
Well, she's a great ambassador for the poker girls out there.
Mm-hmm.
And she's lovely to everybody.
Right.
To everybody. I've never seen her be anything but delightful.
Yeah, me too.
Right. And, I also need to mention that this year, I was very conscious to make sure that women didn't have to compete against each other for events. So Ladies Week, we made sure that there was one event for each day, and so that people could just concentrate on that event. I gave myself the worst days, is because I had to compete against Colossus.
Yeah.
Dumbass, right? But anyway, it was okay because it was kind of fun to see all the different events have success. And this year for the Ladies International Poker Series National Championship, Chris Reed won again. She went back to back. She won last year and she won this year. And that is almost unheard of. It's very difficult to get through a tough field. And so many people want that title that it's really hard players in that
It's
field.
really hard.
And she made it all the way. And there was no discussion of a chop. They just said, we're playing pure poker. That final table that we had was filled with people who have either won events in Lips over the years and or were former champions themselves. You know,
Wow.
so that was national champions. We had Persia there and Jana's won before. I mean, it was just crazy. So
Sharon was on there. Sharon
Yeah,
Liz from Florida.
it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Our Jana?
Jana De La Sera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Who's a kindergarten teacher. And she went heads up against her. And there was a moment there that I thought for sure Jana was going to have it because she had all the chips. And then the cards just started changing, you know, and that heads up battle was crazy. But then there was a big hand and Chris took it down.
Nice.
It was pretty impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's hard. I mean, it's hard to even get to a final table. It's such a grind. Everything has to align. The stars, the planets, everything.
I wouldn't know. My hand in mob is like ridiculous. So I'm not really a tournament player, I'm a cash game player. But when I play tournaments, if it has more than 6 tables, I am not winning.
Well, you're just fabulous anyway. You don't need to win that. You've got your name out there.
Yeah.
good in
You're doing
horse
good
league.
horse. Yeah, you do
Well,
good in horse league.
Okay, but that's how many tables. I mean,
It's quite a few tables.
I do play my horse league because I want to win my way. I am one of those people that is not a tournament player. And so I don't really invest in myself other than if I can win my way. If I can win my way, if I win a seat through a league, which is the horse league, and we've had that horse league in I don't even know how many years now, but if I get a seat in, then I'm going to play the World Series. But if I'm putting down cold hard cash on a freaking tournament at the World Series, it ain't happening because I don't feel like I'm that kind of a player in tournaments, but
Okay, so for those that don't know, there's a horse league in Las Vegas that us locals all know about, and it's run by Jeannie David. Shout out to Jeannie. We love Jeannie, our Jeannie.
and
And
Holly
and
Jones.
Holly, but it's so damn hard. I mean, there's like 10,000 bracelet winners in it. So to make a final table in the horse league down at the Orleans on a Sunday is like a big accomplishment as
It
far
is.
as I'm concerned.
It is.
Like I'm so proud of those cashes, which
Yeah.
I have not even cashed.
Yeah.
Rebecca's made it a few times, but I haven't.
And not in league, just in regular horse. I've never made that. That's a tough crowd.
Everyone has a bracelet.
But I say that like I play against the best in the world.
Mhm.
I really
Yeah.
have the opportunity to play against the best in the world. So when I go other places, I'm like, oh, I can actually play poker.
Yeah. Somebody was telling me just the other day, they're like, well, I go to the mixed game and when I'm sitting there playing, I feel like I can't get ahead. And I said, because you're playing against the mixed game players that play together every week, 3 days a week. You need to go to a mixed game where people don't know what they're doing. And that's how you make your money, And it's like that. It's impossible. And the horse league is really good. If you can do well in the horse league and win your way, you know your game. You know your game. And of course, there's that luck factor. But I know that when I won my seat to the, I don't want to say, I think it was a 3,000 Omaha or something like that. Or maybe it was the horse. I don't remember. But anyway, I sat down. It wasn't this year because I didn't play this year, but the year before I got my seat. I sat down at my table at the World Series of Poker and there were 7 bracelet winners and me.
Yeah, see?
I was like, I ain't winning this, but it was the best investment in my game because they are phenomenal players. I learned so much about tournament play just sitting at that table for the day and a half or whatever that I actually made to. And that was it. And I'll tell you, I'm a huge advocate of mixed game. Anybody who knows me knows that I don't play Hold'em ever unless And I even try to convince people in the horse game to change the H to a B or to play, Badoogie or something else in it. But I just love mixed games. They're fantastic.
Well, to be the best, you've got to play against the best. And you do learn so much. I mean, Horse League's amazing. Like, you have Linda Johnson in there, like Mike Champ. There's just, everyone has a damn bracelet or final table at a WSOP mixed games.
Right.
And like, it's so damn scary. It's like, God damn, as long my mission is always just don't bust first. Just don't bust first. And then I'm okay with whatever happens. Right. That's all I try to do in there.
Well, you have been coached by some of the most amazing players and mixed, with the Mizrachi brothers. Oh my God. They're pretty serious in their mixed games.
I mean,
the best in the world, I think.
Rob is a very dear friend of mine. He's like one of my besties. And, I love the whole family's amazing. Mama Grinder, she's just the best. And, Rob's really, really mean to me. Rob, you're mean. Not going to lie. He's tough. There's
a difference between mean and tough. Yeah, it's definitely tough. It's mean? Oh! All right.
I mean, I was very fortunate writing the book. I spent a lot of time with Rob and got to play with Rob a lot. And that has really helped me a lot. And, I'm very fortunate I have him to help me. And, it's hard though. It's tough. Like, I see him playing. He's just such a beast. And like Michael too, and all the brothers are good. And they're all made day 4 of the main event, and Chris Wallace. So shout out to all the 3 boys from the book. They're all in day 4 of the main event. So
that's freaking amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. Tough field as well.
So have you guys seen the list for the World Series of Poker Hall of Fame nominees?
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
I want Kathy. Because she's a woman.
Is she the only woman?
She's the only woman. And unfortunately, I think there's 61 people, and only the ones that are still living get to vote on it. And so that makes 31 people that can vote. And out of them, there's only 2 women left, from what I understand. Linda Johnson and...
no, there's 3.
Jennifer Harmon, Linda Johnson.
And Barbara Enright.
But Barbara Enright's not with us anymore, so she can't vote.
What do you mean she's not with us anymore?
This is the main Hall of Fame.
Barbara's not... She's alive and well, honey.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I'm looking at the wrong person.
She lost her husband.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm the wrong person. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yes, that's all right.
So then there's 3 women to vote, but still they're outnumbered.
And if we even talk about Kathy, if anybody really looks at her numbers, my God, the woman is a beast. She is consistent, and she plays at the biggest levels. She won the very first Poker Million that was out there on the cruise that I think it was it WPT, or I think it was WPT.
She showed up to most of the main tours for WPT that are in the States.
She final tabled the WPT, the Big Ladies Championship, in December last year too.
And then I see her at things like the meetup game. She was there. She's amazing.
Exactly.
She's
and she's kind of shy. If you don't know Kathy personally, she's kind of shy, but she's starting to blossom a little bit. She likes hanging out with the ladies, and having conversations and joking around and stuff like that. And that's this is a new Kathy, and I really like it. And I think that she deserves a nod for sure in this Hall of Fame list. Whether or not she'll get in, it's so hard when you talk about women in the slice of the pie. I mean, how many people did you say are in the hall?
61, I believe.
There's 61, and we have 3 women.
Yeah.
Wow. Not that any of those women don't deserve it, because they definitely do.
No.
But it's so hard to get the backing of the whole industry behind a woman. There were some clear winners. Of course, Linda Johnson, mega giant. Jennifer Harmon plays the biggest games in the world with the biggest players in the world. And Barbara Enright is the only woman to have made a final table. So I think that, then it kind of gets a little muddy when you start talking about the rest of the women. Yeah. But Kathy definitely deserves it. She plays WPTs, she plays WSOPs and cashes and does well. So I think she's a fantastic nomination.
I think I looked at her Hindu mom's where it's 6.9 million.
Whatever.
Wow. Yeah.
Just a few mine is $69.
And she's still in right now. She's the second woman in the WSOP right this second. The first one is lady. Nikita from India. And I guess she's the, I didn't know about her, but I looked her up and she's quite interesting. She did a TED Talk and she is the leading player in India.
Oh,
In
cool.
India, yeah.
Yes.
So she's the first, and then Kathy Liebert's the second woman that I could find on the list.
That's so awesome.
So yeah, it's such an amazing time of year. Like I said, with all the girls here, I mean, there's so many Aussie girls from everywhere. So who you guys, we've picked girls that we want to highlight this summer. Who's your one, Lupe?
Well, this summer, I mean, you know, of course, I've kind of mentioned my top three there with Kathy and with JJ and Tammy and, well, I guess there was more because it was Suzanne and, you know, there's a lot of girls. The really cool part for me, and I'm really bad about knowing everybody's names and you know, I know them by face because there's just a sea of women for me, but they're consistent. I mean, you're seeing people like the Poker Power Girls. They were not poker players a few years ago. They were just a little bit. Now they're like really studying the game, and they've been in the game now for several years, and they're just, you know, they study, and they're playing it all the time. And you see them, and they're getting, you know, bigger and deeper, and, you know, going further in the games. And I just have a lot of respect for that. And I think that the people who have stuck around through the years, and now they're coming back into the game again because they kind of left a little bit, and now they're coming back and they're having successes. I mean, if you see certain people consistently, just make a little note of them, because you're going to see them as nominees for the Women in Poker Hall of Fame one day. You're going to see them, you know, in the biggest games because they've either gotten sponsored or, you know, they've been able to save their money from different caches to be able to get into those bigger games. And it's a huge difference from playing $1,000 buy-in to a $10,000 buy-in.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean,
Scary.
it makes... I saw the prize pool list, and when I saw that the first place was over $12 million.
It's crazy.
That's insanity. There is no individual sport on the planet, in any sport, that pays that kind of money outside of poker.
Well, you'll know when I hit, because I'll be driving around in a red Corvette.
Oh.
Just saying.
I'll be your wing girl.
I'll know when you hit because I'll be there to collect.
we have side deals all the time.
Before we buy that Corvette,
I'm not even in this mix. How did I not get in that mix?
You have to play. You have to play.
Oh, there is that. Okay.
That's true.
Hilarious.
But I like that, though. There's a lot of women staking other women.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and or taking a piece of them just to have some action in the game. And that's about all I'll ever be able to do. And I get asked frequently about staking people and this kind of thing. And it's a little bit harder for me because I have a sea of women that I love. And, you know, I would be broke if I started staking every single one of them that I love. So
you'd be in trouble. Everyone would be like, what about me? Why'd you stake her and not me?
Exactly. So I just am the number one cheerleader for all my player friends. And, you know, I'm a professional poker watcher. And a professional poker cheerleader.
Becca, who's your girl that stands out this summer?
If we're going to talk about the summer, then I'm going to talk about my Poker Power girls. So we still have 3 that are still in right now. Amanda Botfield. She wrote A Girl's Guide to Poker. She's got a really good book. She teaches me at Poker Power. Kinda England's still in. And
Is Sarah?
Abby. No, Sarah busted yesterday, but Abby Merck is in, who is really amazing. She's super young. She, I believe, went through the Poker Power lessons herself, now teaches with us, and she's in the main event.
Wow.
Still for day 3.
That's unbelievable.
Right?
Really unbelievable.
But Sarah Stephen played too, or Stefan, sorry. She played also.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So a lot of the women that work for Poker Power played the main event, which is so exciting for me.
That is
huge.
fantastic.
It's huge.
Right?
Yeah.
It's huge.
To have that many
Power-
women at one place is unbelievable, really.
Yeah.
I mean, Poker Power's been around for a few years now, but not like long.
Mm-mm.
So that's amazing. And AJ from Poker Power is amazing. She took the ladies event at Malta that we were at.
Yes.
Right.
That was really cool.
I wasn't there. I watched from afar.
And AJ did the commentating for us at WPT, was Vietnam, right?
Yeah,
Vietnam,
yeah.
yeah. And I think she's
Vietnam
going to do
event.
Korea also.
Wow.
Which is
See?
exciting. Yeah.
That is craziness.
I know.
have to say, Rebecca's so cool. She always backs the girls, always. She's such a good advocate for women.
Agreed.
You really are. And you're really nice about it and sweet. You know, like some people say I support women. No, this girl, she really supports women over men all the time.
It's a topic of conversation on a regular.
So we fight about this often.
I don't know how much time we have left. Does anybody know?
Okay, well, I wanted to mention Maureen Blotchinger. Sorry, Maureen, it's Blot.
Blockingler. I don't know how to say it either.
It's so, but you know, Maureen's my girl, and she was amazing. She won the ladies at the Golden Nugget. She's final tabled lots of stuff this summer, and she got her main event buy-in off a $500 satellite with 3 chips. Managed to outplay her table to get the 10K seat.
That's pretty amazing.
I mean, I was there watching, so I know it happened. I saw it with my own eyes.
Can we segue a little bit into that Golden Nugget
Oh
situation?
my God, the piggy. Okay, the Golden Nugget. Okay, I'll tell you how this is why I'm upset about the piggy thing at the Golden Nugget. This is my gripe of the series. So I battled my way through a field of 186 Omaha players, including my ex-husband, right? But first, I'll just rewind a second. I'm in Australia watching, and he wins what did he win? The Big O. So he's there with his picture in Poker News with this yellow piggy. So I'm like, God damn it, I got to win. I got to top that. I got to win a piggy too and show everyone I can play better than him, blah, blah, blah. Right? So I fly in, my first tournament. I'm like final table and the yellow piggy is in my sights. But I tried to chop. They wouldn't chop. I was chip leader twice. They wouldn't chop. Like, okay, I busted out third and I was so upset I didn't get the yellow piggy. Like I wanted that piggy to say, yeah, look, I got one too now. Right? Yeah. But no yellow piggy. So then Maureen comes along and she wins the ladies event. So the first thing I message is, oh my God, you won the piggy. How cool, right? And she goes, no, I didn't. There was no piggy. It's just a prop. Can you believe it's just a prop?
No, I can't.
I would have died if I've won that Omaha event and missed the yellow, got nothing.
There's nothing. They give you nothing when you win besides the cash.
Yeah, just the cash, which is cool. That you know, you want.
It's not.
Yeah, I wanted the piggy.
I mean, the amount of money that is made
or something
in a series, there needs to be a trophy.
They're pulling the biggest rake in town. So.
I know.
Yeah, well, they're not. Yeah, and they run an amazing series with mixed games. They do offer a lot of mixed games, which is great.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But like one year they had a final table hoodie. No, I got nothing. I finally make it third through all these crazy bracelet winner men and all this craziness on the table. Everyone's shoving everywhere. And I get there and I got nothing.
No piggy.
I got not even a chip.
No.
And Maureen didn't even get anything, the piggy. And then I heard Kathy Chang was upset. Was it Kathy?
Yeah, I believe she was complaining that she didn't get the piggy.
She won an event there and didn't get the piggy.
Oh, my word.
But it's actually a prop. So you take a final, winner's photo with this beautiful, cute little yellow piggy. And then they take it away.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to tell you.
How many piggies do they have? 3? I think I've seen 3.
I don't know. But they can't give. I mean, how much is the piggy? $1?
It's a Las Vegas one that says, "Hey, welcome to Las Vegas," or something like that.
They got it next door at the convenience store.
That's not the point. The point is you want something to show you kill, you ship that thing, and you outlasted all those
I
animals.
Agree. And it doesn't matter what it is. It does not matter what it is.
Even a chip.
Mm-hmm.
So, she was upset. But WPA, Women's Poker Association, came to the rescue and the president, Tara, kindly gave her a trophy.
A Women's Poker Association. Gorgeous crystal trophy. It's beautiful. Yeah.
So well done, Maureen.
Celebrating women's successes around the world. Yeah.
Yeah. That's something the Women's Poker Association is good at. Final table, swag and acknowledgement and the trophy. Because, it's hard. It's hard to get there. It's so hard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rebecca final tabled a horse event, like cashed a horse event at the Orleans. And that's just as hard. I mean, but, just even a chip.
I agree.
Something. What do you think? Am I out of line?
I want to say a final table anything, though. Just
Well, if you made a final table of a ladies' event, you
Oh, I
get the
have. I have. I've
swag.
gotten the WPA.
I was
bag,
gonna say.
I'm like, I have 20 of them. Maybe that's why I didn't recognize it.
Excuse me,
special
we
one.
always have that.
The
Yeah,
special
Well,
one.
you do give chips to everybody.
I
You
do.
give things out throughout the whole thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't think about the backpack.
At least the championship events,
What did
for
you
sure.
think about no trophies?
Well, okay, for me,
Because you run lips.
no.
Yeah,
I mean,
you do poker.
a backstory is that my bestie, John Colville, who was the director of poker operations for the Golden Nugget, and him and I sat down and created the Grand Series,
Wow.
the very first Grand Series. Now, mind you, he was I love the man to death. Well, unfortunately, he is gone now, but well, that was bad. Anyway, he would not let me have a ladies event the first year. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm over here helping you. And But the point is that we had beautiful gold bracelets that were made for every single event. They were
For
gold.
the winners.
Yeah. And it said the Grand Series on it, had the logo on it. It was gorgeous. And so for that to go to a piggy that you don't even get to keep is kind of shocking a little bit, what I'm trying to say. And the Grand Series is very successful. It's over the years, it's only gotten bigger and better. And yeah, new management changes everything in every poker room.
In all due respect, Golden Nugget is a great casino to play cash at. It's a great series. The staff and dealers were fantastic. All the mixed games were there, which was so much
And it's
fun.
one of the affordable price points.
Yeah. So you can bankroll that into the bigger events,
They gave us a lot of mixed games options. There was one almost every single day, which was
nice.
made me happy.
Yeah. That was amazing.
But if you look at all the series, many of the series put mixed games in.
Right.
I think it's kind of like the new cool thing.
I think so.
Oh, I play horse, or I play, OE, or I play this, or I play that. And I'm like, shoot, if you're old enough, that's how you learn. It's like you didn't have Hold'em. That was the new game that came out.
Well, the original ladies bracelet event was stud, wasn't it?
It was stud,
It
yeah.
was stud
Mm-hmm.
when Terry King won it. It
Yep.
was 1977, I think she won.
Yep.
Was stud.
It was also played on Mother's Day. And it was played on Mother's Day because they thought if they made it on Mother's Day, then the guys could go play poker and the women can have their little game and they won't be upset about the guys playing on Mother's Day. Whatever.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was that way for many years until, there was enough of an uproar to say, can you move it off Mother's Day? It's our kids, not our man, that we want to be with on Mother's Day,
Yeah,
so.
like we don't have no time as it is to make it to a tournament and then they give you Mother's Day.
Right.
Yeah. But, I have to say that I with the World Series of Poker, I do believe, it's terrible to say, but it's true that the women's events are usually afterthoughts, not only just in the World Series, main series, but also on the circuit tour. Not all the circuit tours have the ladies event, and it's kind of makes me sad because I believe that every single poker room in the world should be having a planning session for their annual events and ask the question to themselves, what can we do this year for women in the game? And that little bit of a conversation will change everything. If every poker room had just one or two featured things in a year to be able to bring women into the game or to sustain the women who are playing, and I think that one of the things I do want to say about the World Series is they did offer, and in the past several years, they partnered with the Women's Poker Association to bring a warm-up game, which is kind of like a fun, wild game. It's only $150 buy-in, so everyone can come and just be a little crazy at the game and just have a little fun before the big game on Thursday morning. So it's Wednesday night before the game, and I gotta appreciate them for allowing it to be there and for partnering up with the Women's Poker Association to make it happen. So there are some people who are doing it right. A little bit.
I do appreciate them. I just wish they'd move it back just a few hours or put it a day before because it's right before the ladies' event, super early in the morning.
True.
We don't get to sleep.
Well,
Or be ready.
True.
Well, I don't think anyone slept much this summer.
I slept like a baby. I'm just saying. Some of us actually go home and rest and do all the proper things.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah.
I need to go home.
She needs to leave Las Vegas to get some rest.
I need to calm down.
I always say that. I need a vacation from my vacation.
I need to calm down.
Yeah. So where's your next stop? Where do you go?
I think Taiwan, but I haven't got 100%.
Mm-hmm.
That was
That's
on my
cool.
schedule next, so we'll see.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I think it's exciting, though, that, you guys are in the International Women's Poker Association board now. So you're going to be able to grow things around the world for women. And, we always know that in poker, it kind of starts in the States first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But whatever's here, we can definitely do for women around the world. And I want to make sure that you guys' names get known out there so that you are
It's not about that.
aware. No, it's very, very important. You gotta, it's like you're down under and you're going to be over on the east. And, we've got Malta with Yvonne, Monte Alegre, and she's does the Malta Festival. Amazing job out there. And, I'm just very excited about where women are going in the future. And, when you get to be a speed limit age, 66 is next year. I did speed limit this year, and I'm going to go Route 66 next year.
Does that qualify you for the super seniors? Because
Shut the hell up.
Wait, what age do you have to be for super seniors?
I don't know. But
I don't know. But I'm sure I'm there.
Well, it's a super low age. It's 50 for the seniors. Do you
I
qualify
want to play
for
super seniors. I might find husband number 3.
What,
then.
you just going to skip seniors and go straight to super
I
seniors?
want to go super seniors.
I'm sure I qualify. I'm just
So if
saying.
you see me lurking, just mind your business.
Yeah. No, amazing. Yeah, just making notes. Okay, that guy bought in 10 times. He can afford me.
Yeah, I'll be at the rebuy line.
Taking numbers.
Taking numbers.
Can I get your digits?
Names and numbers.
Oh, my word. Guys are
Oh,
crazy.
gosh. No, yeah. Being able to travel internationally has been amazing. And now that my bestie is working with the WT, I get free hotels. So, I've upgraded from the Holiday Inn to the casino hotels.
You've got the airfare and she's got the hotel. You guys are rocking it.
We're rocking. Yeah, I can't wait to get out to some exotic destinations. But, in all fairness, there's so many amazing international ladies we've met on our travels in the UK. Alana Bolesky, she's a crazy player, a really hard worker. She owns the jewelry line, Kings and Queens.
Dreams and Queens.
Dreams and Queens.
Dreams and Queens. I'm wearing it right here. I wear it every day. So does Tat. We wear it every day.
Yeah, and
so
she's a really good player. Amazing ladies out of the UK.
Uh-huh.
She is a monster. She is not when I say monster, I mean that in the best possible way. This girl has no qualms playing and then just basically being like, you have a problem, mate? When they're upset and she's scooping the chips in.
Yeah.
She's just, I love her. I enjoy her energy. I enjoy everything about this lady.
She's hilarious. Yeah,
so we got across the piggy situation. Was there any other challenges this series for you guys?
No, the piggy really rubbed me the wrong way. Because
Shout out to Golden Nugget. Buy some more pigs. Okay?
I came from Melbourne, Australia, and I wanted a piggy. And then I was third, and I was so close. And then to hear you don't even get the piggy, oh my God. It was such a letdown.
Yeah.
I know. No, and just to make the final table, I was thrilled. It was like I'd won the bracelet. Just coming third.
I didn't even know to expect something because I made a final table Golden Nugget. I didn't even think to expect something.
Yeah. I was like,
what do you guys? You guys aren't old enough, but it used to be very much the norm where the top 3 or 4 would have trophies.
Yeah, I know.
And now, it's only the first if there is a trophy.
See, I give up.
So maybe we should start a new trend and get back to that. And so everybody has trophies, and when they go home.
Yeah,
if you made your 3 or 4th place.
I always get third. I have to get the monkey off my back next summer and get first.
I don't know. I don't like that. I think you should only get it for first.
You
don't like that idea?
I don't think we should have 3 trophies, no.
No.
But even
not a participation.
No, I don't like participation trophies.
Like the Olympics, gold, silver, bronze. In the Olympics, gold, silver, bronze.
They have 3 trophies. Yeah, absolutely. Gold, silver, bronze. We did that in the teams events this year.
you
which
had
was
did.
super successful. Your team's
That's
event,
right.
that was phenomenal and
Mhm.
so much fun.
Yes. And next year it's coming back bigger and better. So
Yeah, that Lupe's teams event at Lifts was crazy.
Yeah,
That was so,
yeah.
so
The
it was
US
huge.
what was it? The U.S. Ladies Team Poker Championship.
How many teams?
We had 55 teams.
And it was so much fun.
Yeah, and unfortunately, unless we did flights, we probably don't have a whole lot of space to do more than that. That's somebody's always saying, "Why don't you do this?" and "Why don't you do that?" But I just want you guys to know that real estate in a poker room in Las Vegas is it's prime right now. So it's not that easy to get a poker room to shut down all their cash games for tournaments because that's not where they make their money. So, if you really, really want something in your hometown, I strongly suggest you just make the point to say to those operators, you know what, we don't just play the tournaments. We're here to eat in your restaurants, to stay in your hotels, to go to the spa, to, go to the nightclub, to do all those things. And we bring added value to this property, not just the poker room. And I believe that those kinds of conversations actually open ears. And they go, oh, money? Okay, that's good. So, just be consistent and be persistent to get what you want in your own hometown.
Yeah, I mean, in Australia now, they're not even having tournaments still since COVID. So it's such a shame we have to come out and travel and play. That's why there's so many Aussies here. We're like desperate.
You guys don't
tournaments.
have like underground games and stuff?
Yeah, we have cash. There's cash at the casinos and there's home games always. And there's the APL League and APT in Australia, which is good. But yeah, we don't have like casino tournaments, like no more Aussie Millions for now, no more Crown Poker Championships, all the good stuff that we all miss.
Is that just in Melbourne though? They also, they play in Sydney, don't they?
At the Gold Coast, they
yeah.
have tournaments, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. So slowly starting to open up again. But yeah, in Vegas, God, it's just crazy. The list here right now, I mean, 220 people the other day to get into the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. Yeah, definitely poker is alive and well.
It is. It is. The lists have been insane for cash. And I went to the meetup game at the Resorts World.
Yeah.
And there were 250 people on the alternate list for the little 10K guaranteed tournament that has been crushing it like 60 grand every day. It's like, wow. It's like, it's everywhere.
There hasn't been a game at the Orleans that doesn't have 100 plus alternates, even mixed games. It's been crazy. It's kind of changed people's games that like the late reg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
I can't get up.
I have to get her on time. I'm like, if you plan on playing, we have to be there on time.
I'm on Melbourne time. Do you know how hard, guys?
You've been here. How many? You can't use Melbourne time.
She's using this as an excuse. She's not a morning person.
Yeah.
And in the morning, I mean by 2 p.m. or 4 p.m.
I'm a poker player. Let's make a point. I've had a few ladies complain about the 10 a.m. starts at WSOP.
Yeah.
We're talking about 4 p.m. at the Orleans. We're not talking about 10 a.m. at the WSOP.
Okay.
That's hilarious. Well, I kind of like that morning stuff because if you're an old person, you're up at 4. It's like you guys are going to bed at 4.
Yeah.
We're on the opposite kind of a schedule. That's why the seniors events are so
The
early in the morning.
seniors.
I don't like the 10 a.m. It's too early.
There's 9 a.m.s in other series around, the States.
Well, the 10 a.m. I get it because also the staff don't have to work till like 4 a.m. and then be there again the next day. It gives them some time, I guess, too.
Yeah, imagine that the staff needs to rest.
I mean, yeah, and we should really give a shout out to the staff that's been here
Oh,
for the series.
my goodness.
They have been exceptional.
Yes.
Like, I have to say. I mean, I have not played a lot of the series this year, so I don't know about the series staffing, but at the Orleans, at the Golden Nugget, the staff has been really good. And I've heard a lot of people complain about the staff, and it makes me sad because I think that they're doing a phenomenal job for what they have. People understand that we run out of dealers. There's just so many of them.
And if you look at what Jack Effel has done with the World Series and where it is now, and that is a machine.
Yes.
That takes a year to plan. And the amount of numbers that they are seating players and the dealer staff that they have to have and all the support staff that they have to have, it's incredible. So I do have a very extreme respect for that job and the job that they're doing, and nobody's doing it bigger than they are right now. We know that. So big old hats off to Jack, and also to everybody who's in the industry on the back end. I mean, it is not easy to put up with poker players who are emotional, because they're just got bad beated or whatever, or, or you're sitting with about 5 out of the 10 people that are there are poker dealers themselves telling you what to do and, all this stuff. And it's not easy to do a summer series or any series that's big anywhere. So I have a lot of respect for the staff too. That's impressive.
Yeah, and the dealers are always amazing in Vegas. I mean, I play a lot of home games. I hate self-dealing. I'm a Vegas princess. I want a dealer. And I have to say, the Vegas dealers, they know their stuff. They're really good.
Yes. And if it's a house that knows mixed games, those dealers are exceptional.
Yes, for sure.
It's really nice because there are some rooms where they don't play anything else but Hold'em. So they'll look at you with 5 eyes if you want them to spread stud.
Exactly.
It's definitely different. How much time we have left?
Well,
are we good?
Final words.
Oh, we're at final words?
Final words.
I won't go.
She's like, no final words.
No final words for
Pass
you?
the words. Pass the words.
Well, okay, so, we're trying this podcast. I can't even speak. Yes, I had a late night. Thank you, Lupe.
I went to bed last night.
I'm happy to be here in one piece at the end of 4 weeks. I'm exhausted and I've had so much fun. Oh, my God. And to all the ladies that I didn't get to hang out with, I'm so sorry. It's just craziness. I mean, I haven't even seen my own family. My brother's not happy with me, let me just say. I've missed every dinner, every event, every outing with the kids. So, I have to head home soon, but there's just no time. It's just hectic. And it's so hard to coordinate meeting in Vegas. So, if I didn't get to catch up with you, I'm sorry, but I promise I will see you around on the world tours.
Yeah.
And,
if they had a final thought, and, you're talking about the time and that you get, the game is great, but it's the relationships that make this dang game.
That's true.
I fortunately have a whole week of being able to see all the girls come in. I don't get to go do a lot of the, the dinners and the this and that. I did do a couple this time, which was a shock. I scheduled it in, and they were so wonderful. But for me, this is also a reunion. People that you don't get to see any other time, you get to see in the summer. And so I absolutely feel like if poker's given us anything, it's lifelong friendships. And I want people to remember that and cherish it. Even if you leave the game, don't leave the people that you met there. That's the key and the beauty of poker.
Okay, so that's it. Our first podcast. Well done, ladies. Yay.
Yay.
So I am Tatiana Fox with Lupe Soto and Rebbecca Scales, and we are the Real Poker Girls of Las Vegas.